A night vigil is currently underway in Makhanda in solidarity with media workers who have lost their lives in Gaza. And SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi is at the Rhodes University and joins us for more on that story. Lerato, a very good evening to you. Tell us about tonight's vigil. Who are the organizers and who's there?
Well, a very good evening to Alicia. The night vigil hasn't started as yet. We've had to change venues because of weather here in Makhanda, but it is going ahead at about 6 p.m. You should see more students flocking into this venue. And like you said earlier on, we are at Rhodes University, organized by the School of Journalism. And rightfully so, I think the prime of journalism in the Eastern Cape can definitely be found at Rhodes University. And before I speak to a lecturer here of journalism, Mr. Shepi Mati, I just wanted to show you just research that's been done by CPJ, the Commission of Protection of Journalists, which is a post that was done by Rhodes University. It says 83 journalists and media workers have been confirmed dead, Alicia. That's of the 25th of 2024. And what you see here are not just names that are made up. These are actual names that come from CPJ of actual journalists who were killed during the Israel-Gaza war. And that just shows you that the School of Journalism here takes us very seriously because the journalists are the ones that are on the front line. They're the eyes of everyone, showing the media and everyone else exactly what's happening to the journalists there, and that's why perhaps they become targets and when they enter this war. But let's first talk now to Mr. Shepi Mati, who is a journalism professor here at Rhodes. Mr. Mati, why was it important so much for you as journalism students, for those outside alumni and also currently journalists, be part of this night vigil?
Okay. As a School of Journalism and Media Studies, which is a leading or one of the leading institutions training journalists across the continent, we feel it is our moral duty and responsibility to raise our voices when journalists get killed, especially when they're in the line of duty and in any kind of conflict, including here in our own continent. But the situation in Gaza has just reached proportions that require every human being of conscience to be outraged and raise their voices.
Mr. Mati, when you interact with your journalists, obviously you've got journalists that aspire one day to be on the front line and go out and put their camera and take the beautiful shot. Are you getting journalists now who are perhaps saying, you know, it's a bit scary to try to think of going international, or are they, because of such interest in the specific case, saying, you know, they'd want to become international journalists, they put themselves on the front line?
Yes, we are picking up what we consider to be a kind of a chilling effect of this war and what it has done to journalists. However, there are a number of signals that young people are committed to do everything in their power to pursue truth and to contribute to justice, not only in the continent and in the Middle East, but throughout the world where there is injustice.
Well, that was Mr. Shepi Mati, a journalism lecturer here at Rhodes, saying that despite the apparent threat that journalists are facing internationally, what he has picked up from his students, that there's an increase of journalists that are saying they want to be on the front line because they want to be the voice for the voiceless. And if anything else, the resilience of journalists that are going out to places such as the Israel-Gaza war has really sparked an interest in journalism and an interest for journalists to really be the mouthpiece of not only journalism, but of truth as well.